Not all of us are human.
It's cold outside, I've been running for miles, helicopter trailing behind. Hey, it's a camp fate, I'll stay for a while, won't you help a find?
Hi, and welcome to Front Row Reviews Horror Month. Tonight we are reviewing a film that is in my top 10. The original film is in my top 10 all-time favorite horror films. And when I heard they were finally making a sequel to this, I was kind of happy, but at the same time, it was kind of hard to imagine a sequel to The Thing.
Well, I had actually heard about it being a remake originally. When I first heard that they were making this film, I heard it was going to be a remake of John Carpenter's The Thing, which is actually a remake of the original, like, 1950s The Thing.
Yeah, which is weird, Vince, because they don't say that anywhere in the trailers or anything. So I had, even when I went to go see this film, I didn't know if it was a sequel or it was a prequel or it was a reimagining or what it was. So, but I was really kind of happy they didn't remake it. But in the same time here, they kind of did remake the movie.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see a sequel to it, and I still want to see a sequel to it. Because this is a prequel. It's not a sequel, it's a prequel. And actually, it's not even really a prequel. It's actually, once you see the film, it actually combines the two. And it's like one long movie. It's like, this is what you didn't see originally.
It's kind of like, it's sort of like a remequel.
Okay, I don't think that's a word, but okay.
We just made up that word. It's in the dictionary now, Vince. The remequel.
We can't describe it in any other way, so we make up our own words to describe it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was watching this film, and it's like I was kind of watching the first movie, but it had different actors. Now, the thing about this film is I thought the acting was great. I thought all the people in this movie was amazing. I think in the effects, for the most part, the effects are actual practical effects, which means they're not CG. For the most part, there is a lot of CG in the film, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, all that looked fine, and when it does come to life, so to speak, when you're looking at those practical effects, and then all of a sudden they start moving, they become a CG effect. Yeah, I'm not going to say the CG is bad, because I mean, it looks like everything is there, like it's supposed to be. You know, when they look at something and you know it's a CG character they're looking at, or a CG alien thing that you see, you know it's CG, but at the time, it's at least it looks like it's supposed to be there.
There is a lot of CG, but I'm talking about like when, the thing's on the table and they're looking at it. That's all practical effects, and I love that stuff. And I thought it was, it's gooey and gross and drippy and slimy and all that stuff. But I gotta say, I just thought it was gorgeous looking. I just thought this is a work of art here, and yeah, it's gross. But they did it so well, and it looks so cool that I wish more movies would do this.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
The one thing I liked about the original Thing was the fact, like I said, it's a monster movie, but it's kind of a monster movie like you've never seen before, because there's a monster there, but it is in so many different shapes and forms. You never really get to see what the monster is, because it's kind of like, it's in the human body, so whatever it wants to do, it takes over. And it was just so original. And in this film, it kind of does that, but it disappointed me in a bit, because it kind of took on its own shape a little bit. So like every time it took over a person's body, it somewhat looked the same, sort of.
Well, at least with the original, the whole point of it was that it was taking over this person's body, and you didn't realize who was the thing and who wasn't. That was the mystery of it, and that's also what made the original one scary. This one, you kind of already know that if you've seen the original movie. So you know that, you know, all these people that you're looking at, you know one of them's got to be the alien, and so it kind of takes the mystery out of it. And yeah, you're right. Once they become the alien, they all kind of sort of took the same shape.
Well, you know, I liked this movie. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot, except it was nothing new. That was my problem with it. Was I had already seen it and seen it done better in John Carpenter's thing, but that don't mean that this was a bad film. It was just there was nothing new here. It was just something that you've already seen and you're watching it again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I mean, there's nothing. It doesn't surprise you in any way. There's nothing new to it. It's almost like you're just seeing what you saw before again, just in a different way, just with a new set, new team, and new actors, and like you said, that doesn't mean it was all bad. That it was a horrible film. It's just there's nothing new or surprising to it.
I can't say I was disappointed with it. You know, I really liked the film. It was so well made and so well acted. But like I said, it's like, why couldn't they have done something more with it? Something that we didn't see in the original, and make some new surprises and do some new kind of cool things. But they didn't. They just kind of stuck with the same story, and that's what kind of hurt this movie. But I still enjoyed the film.
I enjoyed the movie, but yeah, there's so much similarity to the original that I mean, even there's even some of the plot points are almost exactly the same.
Remequel. That's what it was.
The remequel.
It's a hard movie to review because I liked it, but at the same time, I had already seen it, so I don't know. It's a hard movie to review.
I went and punched it up on Netflix and watched the original one before I went and saw this. I would not suggest anybody do that if you've never seen the original one. So go see this one and then go see the original afterwards. But if you have seen the original and you're a fan of the original and you know it line for line, heart by heart, I think you're gonna be just like me and Dave, and you're gonna go, well, it was good, but there's nothing new to it.
Yeah, because when I came out of there, I really kind of wanted to go watch the original because, like I said, it leads up to what happens in the original, of course, and it almost makes it like one long movie. I mean, you could put this together with the original, and it's so well made, you wouldn't tell a difference, I don't think, you know, that the original was made in the 1980s or whenever it was made, and this one was made now, except for the CG effects, obviously.
That's because it's a requel.
Remequel.
Requel.
Remequel.
Remequel?
Remequel.
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 No.
Remequel.
On the scale of 1 to 5, I would have to give the remequel of The Thing a 3.5 out of 5.
And I would have to give the remequel.
Bingo!
Of The Thing a 3.5 out of 5 as well.
It's not a bad film. It actually is. It is a really well made, well acted, well directed, with some really kind of cool effects film. But it's not like watching a prequel or even a remake. It's kind of like watching the same film with different people done differently, but it was the same.
Exactly.
There's nothing to see here, I'm only a husky, your average adorable rover. But once I convince you it's okay to trust me, your civilization is over. I can't wait to see their faces when I spring, yes sir. 'cause they think that I'm a dog, but I'm the thing. I'm the thing, baby.